Bob and Sheri books, swag, and the mother of all mothers merch. Just hit shop at bobandsheri.com.
Lamar, we have a little something for you right here.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Max, Doc, and Lamar. This is Chris from Eugene, Oregon. I am a truck driver and I listen to you guys all the time. And I recently had the pleasure of friending Lamar on Facebook. And I have sent him a couple things just about stuff that you guys have talked about on the show. And he has been more than polite and has actually responded, which makes me happy. And every time he's responded, I can't help but read it in his voice. I'm not even going to try and do his accent because I wouldn't do it justice. But I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys and love you guys. And thanks for keeping me entertained while I'm driving. Have a good day.
You know, he's right. You have a distinctive voice. You really do. Your voice.
We love you, Chris, for sure. We love you. That's a fact.
Anybody that's listened to the show, and if they heard your voice, like, I don't know, at a gas station or wherever, they would go, oh, that's the guy from the Bob and Sheri show right there.
Yeah. Some people love it. Some people not so much. Every once in a while.
Lamar is so good about, didn't you get one just the other day, like was it a Facebook message or a post where someone
It was a post.
What was it? What was it? It was pretty funny.
She said this mishmush Southern whatever it is, nobody can understand him. I'm sure he's probably a nice guy, but I just can't stand to hear him talk.
Are you kidding me?
No. This is not melodious to everybody.
I have to say my favorite insult that Lamar has gotten so far is, who is that Gomer cowboy?
No, and also the nickname for me for one of those was Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl.
Now, the best one was Lamar. When we went on an affiliate trip one time, this guy said to Lamar, "You're not nearly as fat and stupid as I thought you'd be." I was like, You do realize that he's a human being standing in front of you and can hear the words you're saying.
Is that better than the mom who came to Lamar and said, I've got a real stupid, lazy kid, and I want him to see that, look how well you're doing.
That was as low as it gets. And then there's the classic, I can't believe you're white. I can't believe you're a white man.
Yeah. Now that we're on the website a lot more, I don't get that. But I do defend that woman because I went back and looked, and I remember where we were. We're up in upstate New York, and I remember we're sitting there, and a couple of people before her had given me a hat from Disney that was Goofy's head, and it had the ears hanging down. You remember the hat? And so I'm pretty sure when she was talking to me about being how I made it so well, even though I was sort of stupid, I was wearing the Goofy hat. So I know.
She didn't mean it the way. That was one of those things that comes out wrong. Like in your head, it sounded different than the way that it.
It was a mama's hope. It was a mama's hope. That's what it was.
He is not doing well in school, and I just want. Can you give him some advice? Because look where what you've turned out to be.
Yeah. Look what you had to work with, and you're on the radio.
Even your own, like, people don't realize how things sound. Like, even your own mother will come for you. I had this, I think I told you guys about this when I was visiting my mom last fall. We were talking about, like, websites and social media and stuff. And my mom goes, well, Sheri, you're lucky because you don't have to worry about that. You're on the radio. Like, oh.
It's true. I've got one that's better than all of those. Before I got a full-time job in radio, I've talked about working as an exterminator's helper and picking up dead rats, going into homes and getting rid of roaches, working in this assembly line where I just punched buttons all day. And my first wife's mother, I came home with the check, and first wife's mother said, well, Bobby, some of us are going to work with our minds, and some of us are going to work with our hands.
Use the Talk Back feature on the free Bob and Sheri app and leave us a message.
You all know that I love people that have a raging hatred for something trivial and minute. And no wonder, because I live with this. It is not even daylight, and my husband was burning up my phone. Like, he's outside. He was outside at 5:30 this morning. I don't know doing what, looking at squirrels, staring up at the sky, texting me um, these crazy anti-Leonardo DiCaprio diatribes. Kevin hates Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
Hates Leonardo DiCaprio. We argue so much about Leonardo DiCaprio because I think that Leonardo DiCaprio is a great actor and I'm a fan. I think what happened was when Leo was in The Revenant, where, he was the bear movie, the bear where, man versus
Eating
bear.
the
Do you
liver and
remember
all
The
that
Revenant?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So The Revenant was a remake of some old movie from Kevin's childhood about a man and a bear. Lamar, you probably know what it's a remake of. Like a famous movie, old
Yeah.
movie
I
about a
can't think of the
man
name of it, but yeah.
fighting a bear. And
Yeah.
it's so offended Mr. Nash that this movie would be remade with Leonardo DiCaprio. And you know how sometimes, and y'all are men, so you're all guilty of this. Sometimes a man will just be walking around and a thought will come into his head out of nowhere and then he fixates on it. So already today I've gotten multiple texts about Leonardo DiCaprio. Here's one. Leo D is only semi-okay as an actor in 2 movies, The Great Gatsby and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Easy to play a spoiled fake biatch when you are one. There was no context for this. There was no context for this. So I replied, what on earth inspired this reflection? And by the way, Leo is great in Django Unchained. And he replies, he is not great. He was only slightly better than Samuel L. Jackson, who was not good in Django Unchained. What would inspire the man before the sun is even up to be on one of his anti-Leonardo DiCaprio tirades?
Did he not like Once Upon a Time in America? In Hollywood?
Once Upon a
rather?
Time in Hollywood. No, he gave Leonardo DiCaprio, who was great in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was great in that. So then I'm trying to get ready for the show, and now I'm like, he was very good in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Didn't see it. I hate him. Okay, well, what about Titanic? Stupid. What on earth would make you spring out of bed and go on the hunt for Leonardo DiCaprio? Like, am I having
Is
the
he
most
jealous?
random
Is he
day?
jealous that Leonardo DiCaprio is the ultimate guy in Hollywood who is the player? He's still single, and he goes from beautiful 23-year-old models to 23-year-old models. And what is he now? He's in his 50s?
In his
I
40s.
guess?
No, he's in his 40s.
He's in his 40s?
Kevin is not jealous of that. In fact, Kevin has a hard and fast rule about the ages of women that he would date. Like, he is not into younger women at all. He has a daughter who's older than Olivia and Karamia. Never mind Olivia and Karamia. When he sees a man like his age with a woman his daughter's age, his skin crawls.
Mhm.
Kevin is not jealous of
Well,
Leonardo DiCaprio
I think it's
at all.
like that. All right, say he wasn't dating younger women, but this guy, he was. I mean, Clooney was the ultimate Hollywood swinging bachelor for a long time, but finally,
Nah. Leonardo DiCaprio took on that remake of the Bear movie, and he will not ever, ever, ever let it go.